Hi everyone. Since my last video, I've continued to feel very strongly about what happened that day on the opening of the public inquiry, and also appointing the Prime Minister, appointing a panel of people to sit alongside the judge that represent our diverse community. Now, behind the scenes, myself, my family and our solicitors have been communicating with the Prime Minister, and we've had several responses back, last of which was yesterday, which she has now gone from saying that it's not a decision that she felt important to make or that she needed to add a panel alongside the judge, to now saying that she is going to take this matter seriously. She will consider the possibility of creating a panel to sit alongside the judge, and she will do so in regards with the PCSD, which is the Equality Act. Now, I wanted to share this with you because for me, again, I believe this is massively important. Let me just quickly touch on something because I think there's been a bit of confusion about the difference between assessors and panel members. Now, assessors, which will be a group of experts that will report to the judge, and they will be experts in certain fields, but ultimately it's up to the judge to report back to the Prime Minister whatever he feels right. Now, the panel will sit alongside the judge. They will report directly to the Prime Minister. They will have the same powers as the judge. So for example, if the experts come back and say that they are making a recommendation on a particular aspect of the inquiry and the judge doesn't feel that it's important to report back to the Prime Minister, the panel have the power to not necessarily overrule it, but to discuss it to make sure that everyone's in agreement with what gets reported back to the Prime Minister. So I just wanted to just make sure that there is a big difference between panel members and assessors. Two separate things, okay? Just keep in mind, assessors report to the judge, panel members have the same power as the judge, but they're not judges. They're not called judges. Now, of course, this is massively important, as I was saying in my last video, because it's all about listening. I don't want a public inquiry led by the government, which has people appointed by the government, to control this inquiry. I want a panel of people sitting next to the judge that will have the same ethnic background, religious background, upbringing, sitting alongside the judge. And not only that, you know the old saying, you know, 2 or 3 heads are better than one, you know, 4 pairs of hands are better than 1 pair of hands. It's just, there's so many pros to it. There's no cons. And the more that the government and the Prime Minister keep saying that they don't want to add this panel makes me raise even more questions. So now, through the pressure that we've applied on the Prime Minister, we've now had a response from her and she's promised that she's going to look into creating this panel. So what we need to do right now is, I'm making this video because I want it to be shared and I want people to talk about it and hopefully share the same views as me. And if that's the case, we need to keep the pressure on the Prime Minister. We don't want this to go away. And we want to make sure that we are listened to. And we can do that by all standing together. And if the government see that a lot of us, especially the survivors, the residents, the bereaved, the community, all feel the same way about assigning this panel, the government will have no choice but to take this into serious consideration and assign the panel. So please share, please talk about it, please get in touch with me. If a lot of people feel the same way, I've already started the conversation about creating a public campaign. So if that's the case, I will make another video explaining how everyone can get involved. But ultimately, I need your help now. I need your help to make this happen. I need your help to make sure our voices remain heard, that we have some level of confidence in this inquiry, and we have some level of, you know, input into this inquiry, because at the end of the day, this is our inquiry, not the government's inquiry. So, hope this video finds you well. Thank you.